Hey tankers, it's Party Good Eyes here, and today we're gonna be taking a look at this vehicle, the Aufklärungspanzer Panther, the vehicle that is on the auctions for the black market event last year. It cost you to bid around 15 million credit for you to be able to get this tank. So we're gonna talk about the awesome, the good, the bad, and the awful thing, and let's see if it's worth 15 million credit. So let's get started. Firstly, the awesome thing, this vehicle has awesome accuracy at 0.33 after you aim it, and then the dispersion value when you move the tank is not that bad at all. So as we can see that we can snap the shot right through the T-71DA right from the get-go, right? And also we can just shoot the T-29 through the walls right there. It's really accurate. So for the light tank, this thing is really good. Next off is this thing is healthy. Look at that hit point right there around the corner, 1050 hit point. That is a lot of hit point. Actually, best hit point for its tier. For the light tanks on the tier, this vehicle is really healthy indeed. And to be able to achieve that, it's gonna be a big chunky heavily weight tank, right? Yeah, the tank weight 37 ton. So that is also a good thing because that weight is actually the best among all the light tank that you can meet. I'm talking about tier 7, tier 8 and tier 9 as well. You can ram every single light tank that you can possibly meet, which is, wow, that's amazing, right? That ability that you can be able to have is really cool. But well, do you think you can ram reliably on this vehicle? We're gonna talk about that later on. But next up is gonna be the good thing of the tank. Firstly, it's gonna be the show velocity. This tank has 1170 for the standard show velocity, and also 1260 show velocity for the premium show velocity there. It's not so different between the standard and premium shells, but the show velocity there, right? I mean, like, it's already amazing with the standard round, so to be able to get a little bit of upgrade for the premium round is really good. So that's really nice. So this thing combined with the accuracy, it's gonna be really good for hitting and confirmly that we're gonna hit things. So that's pretty nice. The next stuff is it has good reverse speed, surprisingly good reverse speed at 12 right there. Now as you can see that we drive up there and we try to we find the T-71, right, and we pull back a little bit. We can be able to do that really quickly indeed because the reverse speed of the vehicle is very nice. So that's obviously the plus. The last thing about the good thing is armor. You don't expect to bounce things on the tank, but as a light tank, you have ability to bounce some shells. So of course, like you don't try to use armor on the tank, but the magic is there. You can possibly bounce some shells. I would say possibly around 1 shell per battle. I mean, confirm 1 shells per battle, which is I mean, it works, right? So that's obviously the plus. So that's all the plus of the vehicle. Let's talk about the bad thing of the vehicle. The first bad thing is the DPM. This vehicle has just 1551 DPM, which is not great for the light tank. I mean, not great for possibly any tank at this tier. So combined with the bad alpha at 135, and also quite not very good penetration at 157 with the standard round, and also 205 for the premium round. The gun performance of this vehicle is not right there. It's not very good, right? So with the DPM, with the alpha, you have around 5-second reload time standard. So with the equipment, with the rammer, with the bends, if you want to use it, it go down around 4.5, 4.4, around that, and for 135 damage at tier 7. No, it's not gonna be so good. So the firepower of this vehicle is definitely on the bad side. So not only that, the next bad thing is the gun depression. The vehicle on the paper has amazing gun depression, 10 degrees. 10 degrees is very good, right? But that is only on the side. So your gun depression is kind of a lie because it's not 10 degrees all around the tank. Your frontal gun depression is just 4.8, and you know how hard to use 4.8 gun depression with the tank this tall. When your tank is very tall, you depress 4.8, it's way worse than the tank flat on the ground, right? So it's not gonna be so good. And also, you don't have gun depression at all on the back. Not only that, the gun elevates 2.5 degrees. So, on the back, your gun it will force you to elevate at least 2.5 degrees, which means that if someone is chasing you, you try to run away and you try to turn your gun to just do the damage while you're running away, it's not gonna work. You can't really do that, and the tank is really tall in the first place, and you have to elevate that gun up. You're not gonna shoot things in that kind of situations, right? So that's definitely the bad side. Next up is the top speed of the tank. The tank has just 55 top speed. You're a light tank, mate, and 55 top speed? Not right there. That's not what I need. So, not quite good for top speed. And also the specific power of the vehicle is just 22. Not very good for a light tank. Combined with the lackluster top speed, the tank will have kind of like a fast medium speed, which is not really impressive considering that another aspect not really good, right? And also next up is the view range. This tank has just 380 base view range. That's not bad. That's not so bad, but it's still bad in my opinion. And also considering that you don't really have good gun, because you don't really have good armor, and you're a light tank, right? And you don't really have good speed, and your view range is not even stand out. So like, it's not good in any single way. Yeah, so that's all bad thing about the tank. The last thing that we want to talk about is the awful thing, and there is one major awful thing about the vehicle is the camouflage. The vehicle is very big, so the camouflage of the tank is just 11% base, which is really? You are a light tank and you don't have camouflage, and the main thing of being light tank is to have that speed, to have that view range, to have that camouflage, right? You don't even need good firepower. Like take EOC V90 for example, that vehicle firepower is really bad, but then when you just put up that super sneaky camouflage and also have the view range as well, it's absolutely broken. This thing doesn't really have all that, so it's kind of weird thing on the tank. So that's all about all of the good and the bad aspect of the tank. Let's talk about the gameplay a little bit. So we know that a Nashorn is there, right? And we can clearly see that I'm not pushing through, because look at the team list right there. So many tank destroyer, and we have no information of any tank destroyer apart from that Nashorn right there. That is there, right? So if I push now, maybe Yak Panther could kill me, Story Mill could kill me, ATA could kill me. There is so many possibilities that the tank destroyer that can sit there, so it's not gonna be so good. So I turn my attention to the T-29, hoping to destroy him with my premium round right here. And with the lackluster penetration of a tank, it's really hard to go through the T-29. And but well, we lucky enough to put one through the side of the turret of the T-29. Very, very good right there. Then we get back behind the bush to try to hopefully spot the Nashorn, right? And look at that, SPG try to say thank you. So that actually tells me that he's gonna help me if I aim here, right? And so I decide to push out, and I'm not getting spotted here. This means that the Nashorn is not inside the bush, so I can be able to take the bush to hopefully spot something. And wow, there it is. I put one shell right through his tank, let his hit point down to 134, which means I can be able to shut him down in a single shot average. But then I missed the shot very bad, but had I put another one in, I can. So well, that's not a good trade, but because the tank has a lot of hit point, we can still be alive, which is very nice, right? Dodge SPG there, a little bit of a dodge, still lost hit point, but well, how Wargaming really light up that shell tracer of SPG just makes us know that okay, SPG is shooting here, and we can be able to adjust the position of the vehicle a little bit more, which is okay. It works, right? It's not going to be so bad. Well, we don't have the best view range, but we still get to spot a Hummel right there around like 250 meters away, which is okay. Not too shabby. And talking about view range, you can see that my view range on the tank is not like a fully view range. It's not getting up to the white line, right, which is 445. maximum spotting range, because I'm using 80% or 90% crews here. I cannot remember. I'm trying to train up the brand new crew for the tank. So yeah, that's kind of bad. All right, let's focus on this duo a little bit. I think I'm gonna die here because, like, look, super Shelfie is so healthy and I'm not, right? And he missed once and he's also bounced one shell. So yeah, the armor of the tank it works, right? At least you can be able to have some miracle bounce just like that. So it's there, and yeah, you could possibly be happy with that. All right. So the SPG right there, I want to just get rid of that. Well, really quickly indeed. The accuracy of the tank is on point, right? Just right there. Good show velocity. We can just auto aim just like that. Yeah. So, like, talking about the crew training for the German light tank, this vehicle is very weird for that as well, because it's the only premium tank with the radio operator. So, like, now I want to try to train up all of the German light tank, and a majority of them has radio operator, and there is no premium tank or tier 8 premium tank with radio operator. So that's really awkward indeed. So, like, this tank is the only options that I can have to be able to train those crew, and I would say I mean, the experience playing this tank is not very good, and to be able to play a lot of this tank to train all of them is kind of not a very super good experience. But well, the tank, because the tank gun is so comfy, it's not super bad. So that is the experience playing this tank. I mean, like, you are the light tank, but you are not doing things as a light tank all that much. I would say you try to shoot more things and do some stuff like that. Your view range is not the best, your speed is not the best, but your gun is very accurate. And if you can keep connecting the shells, even though with that bad DPM, with that bad alpha, I mean, it still works. So the tank is definitely not very bad right there. So let's take out the result of the battle. Alright, so the battle is a victory with Ace Tanker Mastery right there, with Brotis down, because I just accept the platoon right at the end to just get there. And we have the high caliber with 3190, exactly the same as the battle result. So it means that I blind no shells, which is unfortunate. I try to blind a lot of things, hopefully that I can blind the tank destroyer behind the bush, but there is none, so fine. Alright, and then we achieve 1414 experience, which is very nice. And also make some credit. Well, we are tier 7, we find some premium round and still make credit. Okay, that's fine. That is the decent credit making right there, so I'm happy with that. And that is it about the Aufklärungspanzer Panther. Overall, I feel like the tank is not a very good tank, but it can still do the work because your gun accuracy is very good, and that is something that you want in World of Tanks, right? You want the gun accuracy, yes, and yeah, when you can shoot things, you can possibly do quite well in the right scenario. But when you think about it, if you want to perform as a light tank, this thing doesn't get that. This thing doesn't really perform as a light tank, so keep that in mind. Well, the last question is it worth 15 million credit to get this tank? I would say two aspects right there. Firstly, like me, I'm a collector, and of course 15 million credit is gonna be worth it because there is no other choice to get this tank, right? It's irrelevant to the currency that you're gonna pay. You have to pay because it's the only way. So for me, it's worth it because I just want to have the tank. But then for the average player right there, out there, no, it's not gonna worth 15 million credit. This thing is not even fun, and 15 million credit can be able to purchase 10 fun Tech 3 tier 7 light tank, right? And it's gonna give you a lot of variety, a lot of experience, and way better for you to enjoy this game, to enjoy World of Tanks, right? So that is it about the tank. What do you think about this vehicle though? Did you spend 15 million credit, or how many did you bid on the tank, or did you don't care about this vehicle? I'm not gonna get this thing at all. So let me tell me in the comments down below. And also if you want some more gameplay just like this, feel free to join me in the twitch.tv/PriorityGoodeye. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next battle. Bye bye.